My 2023 Mr. Big Portugal Pro preview and predictions. What's up, desktoppers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back for another video. And today I'm giving you my preview and predictions, top 6 predictions for the 2023 Mr. Big Evolution Portugal Pro. I messed up that intro about 5 times, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to give my top 6 predictions, plus give you guys a wild card as well. I'm going to go from 6th all the way up to 1st. So in 6th place, I have Krystian Wolski. This guy actually beat someone who I'm actually putting ahead of him in this contest just a couple of weeks ago in that show that Mikael Krizo won. And he's made improvements year after year. He often does these European shows and he's just moving up just ever so slowly, and he's doing it the right way as well. He's keeping his lines, he's keeping his shape, he's bringing better condition slowly, and he's bringing more muscle density as well. He's really doing it perfectly year after year. So Krystian Wolski, I have in 6th. In 5th place, I have Emir Omeragic. He really dropped down. I believe he placed 2nd last in that same show that Krystian Wolski did just a few weeks ago. So I think Emir Omeragic will nail his conditioning a little bit more here, although I do think he was overlooked a couple of weeks ago because I still thought he looked pretty damn good. When he walked out on stage in my live stream, I was, raps for Emir Omeragic. I thought he should have placed better. This week, I believe he will place better. So that's why I've got Emir Omeragic in 5th place, because I believe he's placed as high as 3rd in contests before. So he'll definitely be looking for redemption at the Mr. Big Evolution. In 4th place, I have Petar Klancir. Now, this is sort of based off the fact that he beat Emir Omeragic, he beat Krystian Wolski at the last show out, and I think he was a little bit off his best. He works Chris, the technician, Aceto, and what Chris said on Heavy Muscle Radio was basically that he didn't do anything with him last minute. He was going to do something that he would typically do with athletes, and he thought he's looking so good, why not change it? So this time around, Chris Aceto is going to change some things for Petar Klancir. So I'm expecting a slightly better look on stage, although he was pretty good just a couple of weeks ago. But I believe he placed around 6th place there. I think he'll move up here, sort of based on lineup, sort of based on the fact that I think he'll be a little bit better. So that's why I've got Petar Klancir in 4th place here. I think his highlights hurt him a little bit. When he turns to the back, that sort of becomes a little bit obvious. From the front, it doesn't look bad because it makes the waist appear really small and the lats just sort of pop at the top. And he's got big arms and some really good, dense body parts. I just think it hurts him a little bit once he turns to the back. Now in 3rd place, I have Roman Fritz. This guy just keeps getting better. I think he can push up even higher than 3rd place. It really does depend on how these other guys come in. I see him as a potential top 2 here. Maybe he could potentially even get that win, but it's going to be very hard against this top 2 in this lineup. But Roman Fritz is getting better with his posing. He's got more muscle coming into these contests. He's coming in way, way fuller. And his conditioning is just as good as always. And it's probably just as good as always because he's not flattening out as well. So even though he might chase that extra 0.25% in terms of conditioning, he drops like 15 pounds. So the fact that Roman is staying way fuller definitely helps his physique. So if he can keep progressing the way he has, I was sort of worried after last year and I thought maybe he'll lose that motivation. Roman has come back bigger and better, and especially his legs as well. I believe he had a double hip surgery or maybe just a hip surgery in general, and his legs have come up a huge amount. So it really shows this guy's dedication, and I cannot wait to see him this weekend. Now in 2nd place, I have Vlad Sucharuchko. This guy's latest updates. Now if he shows up how he looks in these updates on stage, he's the winner in my eyes because he has so much muscle. He's super conditioned. Now, we have seen some guest posing footage where he looked really, really good in that, but I'd say the photo updates look a little bit better. So it's hard to say if he'll show up more like the guest posing where he still looked phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. It looks probably better than he's ever looked in a contest before, but will that convert to the stage as well? Will he mess anything up last minute? Who knows? But Vlad Sucharuchko definitely has to be one of the top 2 favorites for this show. And some people are actually picking him for the win. And we actually previewed this on Bodybuilding University as well. And one of the guys on there did have Vlad winning this contest. And in 1st place, I have Andrea Presti. He got 2nd to Mikael Krizo a couple of weeks ago. By himself, he never looks as impressive. Once he stands next to people, his shoulder structure and his clavicles are so wide, he becomes so imposing on stage. Now, his legs are down on his upper body. It's been like that for a few years, but I think they have come up at least a little bit. And Andrea's conditioning is always spot on. I really can't see him losing this contest unless Vlad converts the Instagram photos to the stage. So Andrea Presti, I have the win in this contest, and we have one big wild card in this one as well, and that's Lionel Beyeke. Last year came in, I believe it was last year, and he was way out of condition. I mean, way out of condition. There was several videos made about this, and I sort of felt bad for Lionel a little bit, but he was the one who chose to show up on stage in that sort of shape. Now, can Lionel Beyeke find his old form? And his old form as well is very inconsistent. So that's why I'm not featuring Lionel in my top 6 predictions based on the way he looked last time on stage, and also the fact that he has struggled with conditioning in the past as well. Now, I think that Lionel, at his best, he wins this show. But I'm not convinced we'll see Lionel's best. I'm not sure how old Lionel is, but if he can bring anything like his best when he placed 4th in the Arnold Classic in Brazil, some people said he could have won that show. I thought he looked really good there. His conditioning was actually good at that contest. So if he can find something like that, he wins this show, in my opinion. Or at least he's battling with an Andrea Presti at the very top. I'm not convinced we'll see that from Lionel, but I would really, really love to see it. And I'd love to see my predictions turned on their head and completely messed up. But let me know, do you think there's any chance Lionel Beyeke comes in somewhere towards his all-time best? Or do you think the best is past Lionel Beyeke? And what do you think about my top 6 predictions? Put your predictions in the comments below, and we'll see who gets sort of the closest maybe on some of those live shows that I do over the weekend. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of all the videos that go up here from myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding, including my pre-judging and my finals live this weekend of the Mr. Big Evolution, aka the Portugal Pro. Anyway, guys, that's it for me on this one. I'm Xavier Wills. This is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.